When we maneuver through movement majestically, it motivates creativity in the mind, sends a message to community that mutual mindfulness manifests meaningful motivation to the masses. Magnificent masterpieces miraculously multiply amongst its members. You sit back and appreciate the magnitude the melting pot of positive mojo has on the people. It manages to mediate confusion with the messages of inclusion, saying it's okay to be different, to see things others don't, like a mirage. Mesmerizing with its magnetic pull, you marvel in its magic. Is it really there? Was this something you wanted to see all along, but just didn't know? It's these moments we need to mirror to see things clearer. Just look at yourself. Maybe mankind can move through the malicious and embrace what matters. Making memory molds. Yes, making memory molds. So that the next can recreate and experience what was told. By using the outline from yesterday, the new can meet the old. Multiplicity. By documenting masterful moments made manually by men and matriarchs, we make our todays someone else's today for tomorrow. That's history. It is nothing short of a miracle. Like motherhood, it's amazing. You see, there's a lot of things that couldn't be possible without the M. Yo, think about it. Think about it. Now, if we didn't have the M, we couldn't say, yo, what's up, mom? Right, we'll be like, what's up? Oh.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Minnesota Museum of American Art's Momentum campaign, a campaign the museum's going through right now to help us find our momentum as we move into this next era of the museum's life. I'm Kristen Macomb. I'm the director of the museum, and I'm very happy you're here with us today to spend about 20 minutes talking a little bit about why the museum is important, what the arts and culture mean to you, and hearing from a few special friends. Anytime during this event, you can click through. There's a button here somewhere that you can click through and find out how you can donate to the Art Museum. So you can find out all that information as you go along. I do want to mention that because of the generosity of one of our great donors, John and Ruth Huss, we have a $10,000 matching grant, which means that every dollar that you donate to the museum is matched by this particular gift from John and Ruth Huss. So first off, I just want to say thank you, John and Ruth, for this generous gift that you've allowed us to help us make this campaign more impactful. You've just heard from one of our special guests today. We have a few special guests, but you've heard from one of them, Roosevelt Mansfield. Roosevelt is a DJ. He's a teaching artist here at the M. He's a very talented performer. And he also is going to be doing an artist talk on our Facebook page coming up about photography and life is his subject. And he's got a great perspective on things, and he's been a wonderful friend to the museum. We're really happy that he came up with this spoken word piece for you today. He created this specifically for this event and for us. So we're so happy that we have friends like Roosevelt who are helping us make this experience more impactful. Before we get further into the campaign, I'd like to ask you a question. What would you do without arts and creativity in your lives right now? We're all in this unprecedented situation together. We're working from home. As you can see, I am as well. And how are the arts becoming a refuge and a place for us to get through this time? Are you reading a book? Are you live streaming a performance? I bet many of you are watching films or a series on Netflix. How about playing an instrument? And then how about creating things? Are you sitting down and drawing or painting? Have you perhaps taken a virtual online class to help you improve your skills? Are you coloring? I know many people are doing things in many different ways, but the arts are the things that really inspire us and hold us together during a time like this. The M wants to be here for you to help you now and into the future in inspiring your creativity and to help you find new ways to find inspiration and joy in the visual arts and in artists. If you go to our website now, which is www.mmaa.org, you will find features that we've put up there that give you tours into the exhibitions that we've had in the past, artist talks, family guides, coloring books, things to really bring our collection alive and to help you find new ways and interesting ways to find inspiration during this time. Outside of the things that we're doing on the website, there's other things that are bringing creativity and art to you during the time that we're closed. The M is opening an exhibition later this month, May and early June, in the St. Paul Skyway Bridge over Robert Street. It's the work of a Minneapolis artist named Jose Dominguez, and it's called It's Okay to Laugh, which I think is a very good message, perhaps, during this difficult time that we're all going through. This exhibition will be seen if you walk through the Skyway, or even if you walk on the street below or drive on the street below. It's going to be a very lively, interesting, and fun exhibition that should be up for about a year. We're also doing an exhibition in our window gallery later this summer, which you can see from Robert Street. And we're also planning on bringing exhibitions into your community in the future. Anyone who came to see the Choice of Weapons exhibition before we had to close our doors in mid-March knows that the M does things differently. This exhibition of the photographs of Gordon Parks and Jamal Shabazz was a very different kind of exhibition, wonderful photographs, but told from a different perspective that you might see in other museums. The curator of this show was Robin Hickman Winfield, a lifelong resident of St. Paul and the grandniece of Gordon Parks. And so the exhibition was told from a different perspective. It was very community-based. It was very powerful and personal and really brought a new meaning to what an exhibition can say and speak to a community. Robin brought together the scholars of Gordon Parks High School to write a lot of the labels for the exhibition. And she also worked with the Love and the Skin I'm In group of young women in helping to put together the homecoming exhibition that was alongside the Choice of Weapons exhibition. The M takes on these new types of viewpoints to showcase that art can be super meaningful to a community and can really bring new perspectives in. This is something that is very important to the M and something that we continue to do. I think the fact that we're a smaller exhibition-based museum, that we're more nimble, that we're more flexible, we can really be connected with our community. We've taken this on as something very important to us. We worked several years ago on the St. Paul Murals Project with the Asian American Economic Development Association on University Avenue. And more recently, we've been connecting with the Hallie Q. Brown Community Center, where an arts access grant that we received from the Minnesota State Arts Board helped us make strong connections with the community center during the Gordon Parks exhibition, and especially with their older adults, their golden agers, and really connecting with the community in this way. This is something that the M is passionate about. And I want to mention that we'll be talking about the fundraiser here in a few minutes, but I want to ask you that when you do donate to the museum and you're at checkout, that you put a little extra in for the Hallie Q. Brown Community Center, who is an important partner of ours and an ongoing partner. They are struggling right now with their food shelf because there's been so much demand for the food shelf. They're running out of food and they need donations. So we're hoping that when you check out later, please add some extra for Hallie Q. Brown Community Center. But now let me throw out the question of why the M is so important to a couple of folks who believe in what we're doing and why it's so critical to support us now. First, I'd like to introduce one of Minnesota's leading artists, this year's McKnight Distinguished Artist, who also happens to be on the museum's board of trustees, Jim Denemy. Jim's work has received great acclaim. It's being shown all over the world, and it connects intimately with current events, such as the Standing Rock protests here in Minnesota in 2016.
Jim, can you tell us a little bit about what the M has meant to you during your work with this?
Well, it's been an honor to be a part of this this organization as it goes through this rebuilding time. Since just a few years ago, it almost did not exist, and today it's such an exciting organization to be a part of. Like I said, I'm honored that Kristen asked me to apply to join the board, and also I honored to be a part of the collections committee, which is very interesting to me to see what works are in the collection and what comes in front of us, and then working with my panelists. Yeah, it's been great. I am very happy to be a part of this organization.
Excellent, excellent. So as an artist, what does a museum like the Minnesota Museum of American Art mean to you? We are a community focused, we are on the ground working with our communities every day. What does that mean to you as a working artist?
You know, it's very important to me. The M's mission in the community is one of inclusion of cultural diversity, cultural diverse communities and artists, and being a person of color myself, I've had just such a wonderful experience working with the M, and specifically Kristen. And it's also important that as a Minnesota artist, that the M is focusing on collecting Minnesota artists and recognizing the talent that we have in this state. So yeah, that's always been important to me. And I'm honored to be a part of the M's collection.
One other question that I have is, why do you think other people should donate and support the M?
Well, since I started working with the M, I've come to learn about their long and rich history. And I'm just amazed at this history and some of the artists who were active and working, 50, 60, 70 years ago, and how their role is affecting how the M is working today, and how I'm helping to contribute that as an ongoing project. Yeah, I think the M is a cultural gem in Minnesota. I think they have a unique mission plan that, like I said earlier, focuses on the rich cultural community we have. Unlike any others in the state, the M really, they've added it to their mission statement, and I don't believe others have done that. And so I am just proud of this effort by the M, and I think people should support this great institution and help provide the energy and the impetus to move forward and continue their important work.
Thanks, Jim. You'll see soon that Jim's painting in the M's collection, as the Emergence, will be part of this fundraiser something you'll hear about in a few minutes. But next, I'd like you to hear from our St. Paul Council member, Rebecca Naker, who's been a strong advocate for arts and culture in St. Paul and supports the M's critical importance to the cultural landscape in our community. I asked Councilwoman Naker why the museum is so important to our city and our community.
The Minnesota Museum of American Art is an absolute cultural gem located in the heart of downtown St. Paul. As the city council member who represents downtown, I could not be more thrilled and proud to have an institution like the M in our neighborhood. Not only is the M the artistic home for incredible talent from here and from around the world, but the M is also committed to furthering and celebrating the richness and cultural diversity that makes our St. Paul community so great. So thank you to the M and to all of its supporters for all that you do for our community.
We'd like you to help us to donate now to make this momentum campaign strong so we can feel your support. This is what keeps us and the museum going, and we can't do it without you. So to make this fun, we've come up with what we think is a great idea for you to know and support some of the great works in our permanent collection. Sponsor an artwork, connect with an artist, and support the ongoing programs of the M. We've got 12 artworks for you to sponsor. And what does that mean, sponsor an artwork? Well, it means you get your name on the list of supporters of an artwork, maybe 2 artworks, or show your love for an artist that you particularly enjoy. All of the 12 works of art are in our permanent collection, and they're going to come out when we open our new galleries in our forthcoming museum expansion, which we plan to open in the next couple of years. In the meantime, we'll feature all the artworks and your names on our website and in our communications right away, so that you can see how you and others are supporting the M and the programs that we put forth. You can click on the link posted here and choose the art that you want to sponsor and make a donation that's meaningful to you. When you click through, you'll see there's lots of great incentives for your gift at the $50, $100, $250, or $500 levels or above. In fact, for $500 or above, you can join in a Zoom conversation with one of the 5 fabulous Minnesota artists whose work is included in this campaign. How would you like to get virtually up close and personal with artists like Alex Soth, Leslie Barlow, Hazel Belvo, Maren Klopman, or our own Jim Denemy? As a reminder, we have a $10,000 challenge gift from John and Ruth Huss, so all your donations will be matched 1-for-1 up to $10,000. And on top of that, any gift amount makes you a member of the M and is totally tax deductible. And when I say any gift amount, truly anything that you can give and donate to this campaign today is valuable and meaningful to us, and we're grateful for all the support that you can give us. So please join us as we kick off our momentum campaign and keep the power and the creativity and the inspired programming of the M going for this great St. Paul institution now and into the future. Thanks for being part of this launch moment, and thanks again for all your great support. We are truly grateful for you. We hope you and your family are staying well during this crisis, and let's stay in touch, okay? Thanks, and bye for now.